Let's be very clear. I love Garvey, respect Garvey. Garvey was a thorough brother, but Garvey was not the greatest black leader. No, he wasn't. Garvey was not. He was great guy, but Garvey was not the greatest black leader. If you want to talk about who's great, I only talk about the ones who's great in as far as the success rate. If we want to talk about great black leaders, and I'm going to judge it by, okay, who's the most thorough, who accomplished the most things, who acquired the most tangibles, who completed their goals. If we're going to talk about that, goddamn it, Elijah Muhammad. If we're going to go by that, the greatest black leader was Elijah Muhammad. If we're going to go by success rates, we got to give it to Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad, who's a foundational black American. Elijah Muhammad set up an institution, set up an infrastructure that was successful then. It is still successful now, and it's still going on now. People sleep on Elijah Muhammad. Y'all don't understand, and this is because the white media doesn't tell you about Elijah Muhammad. They don't really like talking about him. They just kind of make him a footnote. Elijah Muhammad had all types of land, farmland, businesses all over the place. People really don't know how thorough Elijah Muhammad was just on a historic level, just understanding history. Elijah Muhammad had shit popping, and he didn't get taken out. And then passed the lineage on to another person who was thorough, Minister Farrakhan, and they kept it going. You can't, if we're going to talk about who's thorough, who's the most thorough, foundational black American, Elijah Muhammad, okay? If we're going to talk about who's thorough, and wasn't kissing no white ass either, and wasn't really letting nobody mess with the members. That's why Muhammad Ali, when he got with the Nation of Islam, remember, the mafia at the time, when Ali was boxing, the mafia controlled boxing. The mafia wouldn't touch Malcolm X when he was under the tutelage and the leadership of Elijah Muhammad. The white Italian mafia would not lay a hand on Muhammad Ali. They knew they would get the business. Because at that time, they were getting black boxers and even white ones. The mafia would control boxing, and they would make them take dives. And if you didn't take a dive, they'd break your legs, they'd kill you. You know, they'd do all types of funny style shit. The Nation of Islam stopped all that. They wouldn't touch Muhammad Ali with that bullshit. We better understand history. A foundational black American, Elijah Muhammad, was the most thorough leader if you're going to talk about leadership and success rates of leadership. And things to show for it. You understand? And the institutions to show for it. You know, because that's what it all goes down to. What tangibles do you have to show? When you preach something, do for self. Are you doing for self? Yes. Elijah Muhammad set up an institution where they are doing for self. They ain't just talking that bullshit. You can see where they're doing it. That's how I judge success rates right there.